All right. Good morning. Good morning. I am Lee Watts, the Chief Marketing Officer at the Academy of Creative Coaching, and I am here with Jay Hurt, our CEO of the
COO.
COO, all things operations, all things making sure things line up. We are here with Jay today to talk about what's happening at ACC. And it's been a while, Jay, since we've been live, huh?
It has, but I'm excited to be back. I know we plan on going live a bit more in
Yes.
2023. We'll be a little bit more. We'll be in front of y'all quite a bit more. So be on the
Yes.
lookout for that. Looking
Yes.
forward to that.
We are going to be talking more because we have a lot of things coming up. So we are super excited about that. And we're going to catch you all up. It's still, to me, like February, it's still a new year. Like we're still like getting our bearings together and everything. So we want to catch you guys up on what's happening for the new year, right?
Agreed, for sure. So we got some fun and exciting things coming up for the new year. So I'm ready. Let's get into it.
All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so first, I'm so excited about our first thing. We have our first in person weekend intensive coming up in
Woo-hoo.
March, right? Yes.
Yes,
So we know the pandemic made all of us pivot, and we are so grateful the Academy of Creative Coaching was able to pivot and it had already been ready to transition and do all that thing. So we really honestly didn't miss a beat. The pandemic we just kept moving along. However, we're so excited to see you all in person. So, Jay, the dates for that, and then also why are we so excited to see everybody in person? How does it change the weekend intensives when we're doing it in person?
absolutely. So let me go back in the story to answer your question going forward. So
Mm.
before the pandemic, all of our intensives were in person, right? So we had
Right,
to pivot as the whole world had to pivot. And so that changed things a bit. The good
right,
news about that was we already had a presence in the virtual space, and the transition was easy and smooth for us. And not without a few bumps in the road, but for the most part, everything went really well, right? And we were excited about that
right.
and happy about that, and that's worked for us. But that said, there is an energy that you get. There's a connection that you get when you're in person, right? So
Mhm.
we have touched on that topic many times. We've considered coming back between the pandemic and now, and now we're here, right? So we are really pumped. We're really excited to be back in person. Our first live in person weekend intensive, March 9th through the 12th. That will be in Atlanta, Georgia. It'll be in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta. We'll have more details on all of the information, right? So we'll have a link for a discounted hotel rate, right? Right. We've got a hotel partner. We'll have information on where the event will be held. Um, but yeah, we're getting back in person. We get to do things like my favorite thing, the mastermind hot seat in person. It gets really hot.
Yep.
People get to have an opportunity to work through challenges they have or goals they're trying to achieve, and we help them do that, right? So that's just one
Yes.
of the many things that we do in the weekend intensive. So March 9th through 12th in Atlanta, we want to see you there for the ACC level weekend intensive.
ACC. And that is 1 month from today. And so,
Yes.
yes, we're super excited about that. And I love that she talked about the energy because, the in person, and because I'm one of the facilitators for the coaching, the intensives, and one of the best things to see is the relationships that are made virtually and how they have each other's back. And sometimes they gang up on me, all that, which is great because they're creating their own little vibe. And that
Mhm.
is, as people know, like relationships are the best currency ever. So if you only get a little bit out of the intensive, the fact that you're making these relationships that could be lifelong relationships is awesome. So just imagine what can be done in person, not just over Zoom. So you do not want to miss this. So I'm super excited that we're going to be doing the in-persons again. So I am so
Yes. And
yes,
you
we'll
all
make
need to, I'm sorry, I
go
didn't mean to
ahead.
interrupt, but I was gonna say you need to tweet that, right? That was important. Y'all might have missed that nugget that Lee dropped on y'all. Relationships are the best currency ever. I love
Yes,
that. That is
yes,
awesome and very true.
absolutely. Yes. All right. So we have something else coming up, something that you actually just mentioned. Perfect segue. Masterminds. So Jay, we have a mastermind coming up. Is and I should know this, but I want clarification, and so do our viewers. Is this in person or virtual? Because masterminds can be really powerful, and in person is really powerful as well.
Sure. So in our weekend intensives, part of the training is to learn how to facilitate a mastermind.
That's right.
Separately, we are going to have a mastermind only training March 4th and March 5th, and that will be virtual, right? So it won't be in person, but it will be virtual. You'll have our expert mastermind facilitators. I'll be a part of that as well. Really looking forward to that, right? That's an exciting experience. If you work for a company and you're looking for ways to motivate your sales team, if you're in an office and you're looking for a way to just motivate your department, period, right? Sometimes masterminds are those things that help people really truly find ways to work through specific challenges, find ways to achieve specific goals. They find ways to put together the task, right? Put together the strategy, or create a plan and then implement the strategy. So that mastermind, working together with everyone kind of in a cohesive spirit, so to speak, right, is an opportunity to take your business or your coaching business or whatever to the next level. And I think that said, learning how to facilitate a mastermind could be something that may truly change your life, from a career standpoint. So we'd love to have you March 4th and March 5th. It will be 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day, and you'll get an opportunity to learn the fun stuff that I learned as a mastermind facilitator. And I'll add one more thing, Lee, that something that you can really monetize for those of you who would, you see, if you're on Facebook for any length of time, you see all these people talking about masterminds and master classes and how
Yes.
they do this and that, right?
Yes.
You can take this technique and monetize this technique and really grow your earning potential, right? In whatever area your expertise lies. So now you take this fundamental training skill set and take it to the next level. So March 4th and 5th, mastermind training.
Yes. So I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I had to differentiate in my head again that this is for people who are looking to actually know how to conduct a mastermind. And as you said, this is truly professional development. Like, you can learn this skill and do so much with it because people, all types of organizations are doing masterminds and need people who are skilled at doing it. So I highly recommend that, if you're looking to expand your portfolio, please look into this. And I'm gonna try to put this in. I'm a multitask and put this in the chat while we're talking today, the link, so that you all can go ahead and make sure that you register. And you may have mentioned this, Jay, but I just want to put a pin in it and pull it back again. Do you need to be a certified coach to participate in this?
Great question, Lee. No, you do not need to be a certified coach. Coaching is an added value, right? We'd love to have you learn coaching as well, but the mastermind is kind of a separate technique. So you don't have to be certified, you don't have to be credentialed as a coach. It's a skill set that you can learn and you can implement in, whatever area that you'd like to do, whether it's growing your own entrepreneurial um, business around it, or whether it is, something used to be used internally. So yeah.
Right. Great. So, yay, you guys really need to look into that. So, another great value add piece that I think can be useful for, again, growing your portfolio, growing your business and your coaching skills and all of that, is we have a weekend intensive that is coming up that is specifically designed and will highlight justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, which we call our JEDI program. And so, Jay, why is this needed, first of all? And let's highlight the dates. I'm going to go ahead and make sure we put this on the screen.
Why is it needed? So Jedi training, as we call it, again, as Lee defined the acronym, right? Justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. So it's digging deeper into those DEI conversations that everyone is having right now, right? It's kind of a trending topic, but I think it's a necessary and worthy topic, and understanding um, how to truly deal with everyone that's in our diverse spaces now, right? So, things like microaggressions and dealing with some of the trauma that we've dealt with in our past relationships with managers, and how they talk to us and how they treat us and how they may not be understanding of some of the things that we go through. One of the things I was just talking to my wife about yesterday was health equity, right? So an
Mm,
example of how health equity fits into Jedi, excuse me, is how certain populations are denied healthcare, right? So, for example, some of the challenges that Black women have had in the area of dealing with pregnancies,
mm,
those types of things. Like we take such a deep dive into what it looks like in corporate spaces, what it looks like in our own lives, dealing with things like race, power, and privilege, dealing
right.
with things like identity, diversity, development, lots and lots of, excuse me, lots and lots of other topics. I need a drink.
That's okay.
Um,
That's okay.
just to really dig in a little bit and understand more about who we are personally, taking off the veil of who we are, what our biases are, and how we can try to eliminate those from the coaching conversation, because this is still coach training. This is
Yes.
still ICF credential coach training. But now, can we also apply those coaching skills that we're getting with our diversity aspect and our inclusion aspect, and how we treat one another, and just kind of wrapping that up in a bow, making sure that we treat one another with dignity.
Yes, yes, yes. So again, it's still coach training, still ICF. So you will be a certified coach. But again, just highlighting some of those insights and nuances and skill sets needed to manage some diversity and inclusion issues. So again, I think again, this is another great offering if you're in HR or if you're in any type of position where you may have to deal with again those nuances that come up in the workplace, or you are coaching but you want to make sure that you have a, a large understanding of the different things that can come up around Jedi. So so that is coming up, so we're super excited about that. That's the end of the month. I don't have the date right in front of me. Is that the 20?
I have the date. The date is February. Pardon me. The date is February 23rd, and it will
Yes.
be in the Central Time Zone. So 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. February 23rd through 26th.
Yes. Awesome. All right. And so now that we're talking about diversity, we have some other really exciting topics coming up. We have our own founder and president, Dr. Pamela Larde, is going to be moderating a panel discussion on February 22nd. Gosh, we have a lot coming up this month. February 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern. And so, Jay, this is going to be a hot topic and a much needed discussion. So, what are we going to be talking about?
Absolutely. So Dr. Larde and some of her colleagues will be discussing um, the challenges with what's going on in the state of Florida right now, right? So around them putting restrictions on African American history and African American studies in the K through 12 ecosystem. We want to talk about why that's important and why that's important to coaches, right? How can that be impactful to coaches? How can that be impactful to coaching as an industry? So just because right now it's the hot topic in Florida with all of the interesting things, I'll say, that are going on there. I think when we talk about uh, eliminating or blocking access to the things that have happened in our history and studying our history and our lineage, it's going to be impactful, right? Going back to the DEI conversation. So understanding how to navigate those waters, understanding why it's important to, when those conversations come up, to stand up for understanding our history and understanding our lineage. It's
Mhm.
going to be a really, really great conversation around that, and how to build on that, and how to not only just think about how to protect African American studies, but also how to expand that, right? So we're going to be looking to, in the future, what does it look like to expand into Native American studies? What does it look like to expand to understand, all the different communities that make up, our great country of America? So we'd love to have you for that panel, February 22nd at 7 p.m. We'll have more and more information about that coming up soon. We'll share all the folks that will be on the panel, and we really look forward to having you. That's going to be really, really good.
Great, great, great. So yes, so much exciting stuff coming up, between our in-person coming up in March, our mastermind coach training coming up, the Jedi training, which is still a weekend intensive. You're still going to get your coaching certification. And then our diversity panel coming up on February 22nd. So we have a lot coming up. Um, what are, I feel like we're missing something, Jay. Like, cause
Well,
yes,
let me ask you. Let
talk
me
about
ask you, Lee.
September.
Do you
Okay,
do you do you drink wine?
I do. I'm a
You
wine
do drink
drinker,
wine.
even during
So
the day. No,
even
just
during the day, right now, like she just closed that bottle. Like you don't even understand. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So what we're missing is not missing. We are having another in-person event. So let me go back again, just real quick.
okay. Okay,
During COVID, we had scheduled some events around the world, right? We were planning on going to Toronto and Dubai, and we already had those things in place. One of those was to Napa Valley, California, right? We wanted to go to wine country, create an experience, a curated experience, and COVID shut the whole world down. So it didn't work
right,
out. It was
right.
literally, we planned on that in the middle of 2020. So as we know, 2020, that was not happening. So fast forward, here we are in 2023. We're going to wine country, y'all. So
Yeah.
mid-September 2023, we'll have more information very soon. Be on the lookout for it. We are going to have a coach training, an ACC coach training in Napa, California. So be ready for that. We want you to come and be a part of the experience. It's going to be more than coach training, though. Let me let you know. It's going to be
Mhm.
experiencing the wine country. We're going to have some mindfulness exercises. We'll have some exercise, not, well, I shouldn't say exercises, some opportunities to get massages and things like that, right? Spa days. So we're gonna build all of this into the event. Y'all see how big Lee's smile was when I said we're building
Well,
these
no,
things?
I was laughing at how uncomfortable you sounded when you said like these
Right.
massages
I was
and
like,
stuff.
massage, because I couldn't think of the right word, right? I meant spa day, and I'm like, okay, it's a massage. So massage, facial, you want a body scrub, you want a mud wrap, whatever you want to do your thing. But we're gonna build that into the curated experience. And there are some other things we're looking at too around that experience. So be on the lookout for that. Shoot us an email if you have any questions about it. Lots and lots more to come around the Napa experience mid-September 2023.
Yes. Awesome, awesome. So again, so many great things coming up. And just in the midst of all of these things, we still have weekend intensives pretty regularly. If almost every weekend for, I mean, I was looking at the calendar for the rest of the year, at least 2 to 3 times a month, we're offering some type of weekend intensive. So even if these dates don't work for you, and whenever you are ready to get your certification or more credentialing, please consider the Academy of Creative Coaching. It is such an amazing company. We are so intentional about culture both for our facilitators and the culture of people who join and take the classes. So please consider us for additional credentialing. I know that we have been talking about CCEs and How many of us struggle with mindset around money and finances, especially as coaches and entrepreneurs and, just in general. We have an amazing coach that will just dissect that for us and talk to us about that. So we're looking at offering that as a course for you all. So a lot of great things coming up. So yeah, I feel like I'm still missing some stuff, Jay. Am I?
I think that's it. I think you covered everything.
Okay. All right. Well, as Jay mentioned, we're going to be back pretty regularly. Just letting you all know what's happening with the Academy and reminding you that we are an option. I do want to also mention that we have financing available. Um, that that was something we did, I think, last year. Partnered with another company so that people who want to grow their coaching practices, want to get certified to be coaches, that money is not an issue. You can easily get qualified for getting finances, very easy, very fast to find out how much you qualify for, and then go ahead and start your classes immediately, become certified, get busy. So we're excited about that too.
Absolutely. Awesome.
All
Awesome.
right. Well, I think that is it. So thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate you. And I don't see any questions in the chat, but I do see us. We have a few viewers. So thank you all for watching. Please be sure to share. Please share this video with others that need it. Like there are people who are being laid off left and right now, and becoming a certified coach could literally just change your career and offer you a new stream of income. So consider that. Please share. You could be literally helping someone and be the answer someone needs today.
Well said. Thank you, Lee.
He's quiet. Okay. Which is rare. So you're processing something. So,
Processing. I was processing. That's exactly right.
all right. You all have an amazing day, and we will chat with you later.
Thanks.